Now, Brad Bill has apparently not been vaccinated because he wants to do more research. Kyrie Irving hasn't talked about his vaccination status, but it's pretty obvious that he's not taking the vaccine based on some pages that he's followed and liked on social media. And then the fact that he was not at Media Day in New York because in New York there's a vaccine mandate. I mean, whatever, that works. But my question is for you people who are going to do more research on the vaccine, what research are you doing? Where are you pulling your research from? And what are you actually trying to figure out? I mean, I'm super curious because I want to be smarter. I want to know what you're pulling from because obviously I can't use that and apply it to my life, but I can use it and apply it to the listeners of this podcast. I can use it in my day to day conversations with people who may not be in a situation where they are being mandated to take a vaccine. And maybe I can use that conversation to learn more about reasons why maybe you know, I ain't gonna say I did the wrong thing because I just don't care. I've taken many, many shots to shoot me and call it a day. But for those of you who are like, these people who won't take the vaccine, they're terrible. They're wrong. Like, how can you not take the vaccine? Like, I don't know what you're looking up. And I go, whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. If you're familiar with the Tuskegee experiment, you'll understand why there are people who look like me who will be like, bro, I ain't taking that shit. Dang, bro, I've been so uptight this podcast. Like, bro, I'm not taking it. Like, because I don't trust who's administering it. I look at so many different things, right? You know, when the world, the United States changed, right? Our country changed once once the vaccine got created. And the thing about the vaccine is, again, I'm not anti-vax. I took it. And I mean, if you want to, like, I tell people take it. Like, it ain't that bad. I felt bad for like 24 hours. Like I had COVID. Granted, I'd already had COVID. So I'm like, I got the antibodies and I'm cool. But you know what? I'll take it. It makes the job happy. I cannot, at that time, I didn't have to wear a mask at work. And then I subsequently attended events where I provided my vaccine card and they let me in. So yeah, got it. Made my life easier. But if you don't trust this shit, like it's okay not to trust it. If you say that wow, we opened the world up after Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson got paid a shitload of money for providing vaccines. It's like, oh well, that's convenient. And you go, well, these are the big medicine companies who, run the world. Who runs the world? Big Pharma. Who runs the world? Big Pharma. Who run this mother? Big Pharma runs this mother. I'm sorry, Beyonce. Women, y'all are second behind Big Pharma. Big Pharma come first, then women. Well, in America, white men, then women in the household. But that's a conversation for another day. But the thing is, right? If that's the case, like I saw a post on Facebook, and by no means do I think this is credible because it was just a random Facebook post saying that like Johnson and Johnson or Pfizer, one of them like offers like a blood thinning medicine, and like one of the after effects of the vaccine is blood clot, and then it's like whatever, and I go, well, okay, got it. Again, because like whose research do you trust? Does it even matter? Because all research is manipulated to not all research. The majority of research is manipulated to get an answer. So you're asking a question, you're looking for an answer, and you're finding facts to support your hypothesis, right? And usually you're going to accept your hypothesis. Not many times do people, I can say not many. How often do you see somebody put out research that actually rejects their hypothesis, right? People want to seem like what they're doing is like they know what they're doing. So yeah, that's kind of what happens. And then so I look at some CDC numbers, and there are roughly 43.2 million people in America who have caught COVID. and there have been roughly 692,000 deaths. That's a lot of death. Yeah, we don't want to lose 692 people to anything. 692,000. 692,000. I didn't say thousand. Yeah, 692,000. That is roughly 0.016% people who have died from COVID. Now, I did not take a vaccination sample versus a post-vaccination sample and a sample of how many people who were vaccinated have passed away. But when you see that roughly 0.016 people, 0.016%, like I mean 0.16, like if I move that over, that's boom. That's 1.6% people roughly are dying from vaccine. I mean from COVID, excuse me. You can understand why people don't want to take the vaccine. It's like it's not really that deadly. The mass number is huge, and taking a vaccine can definitely help you because from what I've read, it minimizes your symptoms. But if I'm Bradley Beal, if I'm Kyrie Irving, and I go, I'm in good shape. I'm healthy. I eat right. I exercise. If I get this, I can fight through it. Why are you sticking this stuff in me? And I don't necessarily trust you. I get it. But at the same time, I understand if your company that you work for, the business you work for, or the region that you work in says, hey, you have to have this. Well, if you want to work here and do your job, then you know what? You got to conform to the rules. You know, we oftentimes want to be like, we don't have to do that. They can't tell us what to do. Well, they tell you to wear clothes, and you wear clothes. Well, that's different because I should be walking around naked. Well, why not? Why shouldn't you walk around naked? Because somebody told you not to, and you've accepted that social norm. And with Kyrie, as he's changed, his body, he's changed his beliefs. I understand why. I understand why Kyrie maybe don't want to take the vax because he's found that non-traditional, and I say non-traditional things that are not of Western medicine, have benefited him in his body journey because you know what? He struggled with injuries a lot early in his career. He gets injured a lot less. But what do you trust? But I'm telling you, if you can't understand why people don't trust this, then I mean, I'm telling you, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. And you should be open to their perspective. You can dismiss it. You can say that, hey, the Western medicine has never failed me, and I think it's what's best, and you should probably get on board. And I'll go, okay. But if somebody says, hey, I've looked outside of the Western medicine scope and that has worked for me. And maybe I just started doing it 5 years ago. Maybe I started doing 2 years ago. Maybe I started doing it 1 year ago. But I don't subscribe to that because I honestly have my own issues with Western medicine. It's like, let's give you medicine to keep you functioning, but like, let's not give you a lifestyle that heals you. I push back on that. So the people who don't want you to push back on something, be skeptical of it, ask questions, and want to be better informed, uh, they're no, that's awful. But for those of you who are pushing back, but you're not actually doing research, you don't know anything, you're just pushing back for the sake of pushing back, man, get a life. Understand that sometimes it's okay to be part of, you know, it's okay to be a part of the pack. Everybody doesn't have to stick out and be the one of one. And like, if your job tells you to get vaxxed and you want to work there, bruh, get vaxxed. All right. Let's see.